Hey guys, Dorcas here with Dolphin DC Creations. I have got a new tutorial for you guys. I hope you enjoy it. It is a 4x4 accordion mini journal, or it could be a 4x4 ephemera folio. It is, however, accordion styles because it has pockets and surfaces on both sides that you can use. This is made out of one 12 by 12 sheet of paper. So I've got a couple of samples here and I'm going to show you how I made this. It does take a little bit of measuring, so just be aware of that. If you open it up, I haven't decorated this one at all. This one I made with the double-sided print paper, which makes decorating a lot faster and a lot easier. So if you have double-sided scrapbook paper, grab that for this project. If not, use a regular paper, whether it's one-sided or two-sided, and I'll show you how I embellish those as well. So this one, you open up, it's got a pocket here. You flip that, it's got a flip up right here where you can add some paper to do some journaling. It's got another pocket over here. In the back, it's got this belly band. This is just punch holes with my regular hole puncher that I bought at the Dollar Tree. And the ribbon ran through that and glued down the sides. Then when you open it this way, it's got another flip up here. And it's got another pocket over here. For this project, you will need several items, so I'll go through that list with you in just a sec. And then this is the second one that I made on this craft paper colored cardstock, so I did have to do a little more decorating on this one. Also 4x4. And as you can see, it's got two pieces of cardstock there with a focal point. This is tea stain paper that has a little bit of glitter and sheen to it that I made myself. Tore that with the tear ruler and put that in. It has a pocket. It's got a flip up here. It's got another pocket over here. This is glued down, so this one doesn't pop up, but if I had just glued it on the sides, it would also be a belly band. I just forgot that when I was gluing it. It has another flip up here in the back, another journaling spot, another pocket, and we're done. So when you open it up like this, that's the back, and this is the front on the inside and the front. So you can decorate this however you want, but I'm going to go through, if I was using one-sided paper, then obviously one of these sides here would have my print, and then whether it was the flip up or the pocket that I bent up would be blank, and then I would add this scrapbook paper like that. So let's go ahead and dive into making this. Let's put these two aside. And so I have here a 12 by 12 sheet of craft paper. I am going to do some measuring. What I did is I took a ruler and I measured 4 inches. And I'm going to do it this way. Never mind these lines now. I will explain those to you in just a sec. So I measured 4 inches. I lined up my ruler really good. I'm using this clear craft, this clear quilting ruler because it helps when I'm doing this. But you have to be careful because of the quilting rulers are slippery. So I'm going to mark at 8 inches. I'm also going to mark at 4 inches. And then we're going to go through and we're going to connect these dots from the marks I've made. So let's do this one over here as well. At 8. And at 8. At 4. And at 4. So I'm going to connect these dots and do a line. And the reason I'm doing it this way with the pencil and the ruler is so that you can visualize this better. If you have a score board, you can do this in the scoreboard and it will come out perfect. I do have a scoreboard. I just in case you don't have one, hey, you can still make this. It's not, that's not going to be something that will stop you from being able to make this. if you are new, but you've quilted and sewn before and you have quilting rulers and old rotary cutters, you can use those as well. That's what I used for the longest time before I bought a cutter. And I'll be honest with you, a lot of times with the rotary cutter, my cuts were more precise because I was both using the mat, the ruler, and the edge of the paper to line my things up. So this is what we have. We have 9 squares. And I'm going to number these because that way when I'm referring to them, it'll make it easier. Okay, so we're going to go ahead, actually, we're going to cut 1 and 2 out in one strip like that. So you're going to cut along in between 4 and 5 and 1 and 2. So you're going to cut this line and you're going to cut this line, the line between 2 and 3. You're also going to cut out square number 7 and set it aside. And you're going to leave everything else intact for now. So I'm just going to grab my rulers real quick. Let's cut this out. My rulers, my scissors. Lord have mercy. Do not use tiny scissors to cut this. If you have scissors like these that are nice and sharp and pointy and they have a longer edge, use those. I was trying to, earlier, this video I've recorded 3 or 4 times. People keep calling me. No one hardly ever calls me. And today I have had so many calls and they come in and interrupt me recording because I'm recording on the phone. So we're going to cut this here. Don't cut it with tiny scissors. It was insanely difficult. I couldn't find my scissors there for a minute. They fell under my chair. And no matter how hard I looked, I couldn't find them until I moved the chair. And I was like, oh, there they are. Yay, me. Okay, got that one cut out. We're also going to cut out number 7. So we're going to cut between 4 and 7, and then between 8 and 7. Here we go. In this project, every scrap of this will get used, especially if you're using the double-sided paper. In this one, I think we end up with a little sliver at the end of like 2 inches that doesn't get used, but everything else gets used. Okay, so we're going to set these 2 aside for now. I am going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and glue this down here. I am using washi tape to do these joints with some glue. I don't actually trust washi tape on its own, which is why we're going to be using it this way. So we're going to go here. And I'm just going to do one of these joints for you so you can see how I do it, but you'll do all the joints the same. Okay. I'm still having the glue struggle, you guys. I'm on the glue struggle bus. I am in love with this non-water-based, silicone-based glue. And even though I am in love with it, I have decided that I need to slow down on the use of it. So I'm going to go back to my tacky glue, which worked fine for me since I started junk journaling, and it worked fine for years because I used it for other things. But I had been trying this glue. It dries better. I also tried the same glue that Melody Huey uses, because she actually, when I placed an order for her for some lace, she sent me some of that glue, which, thank you so much, Melody. It was amazing. And then we went and tried to see if we could get it, and she took me to the Amazon store where she had found it, and boom, it was there, but it was like really expensive. I'm like, Melody, that's a really expensive glue. My God, I can't believe you sent me some. She's like, well, I was buying it by the case and it was cheaper than that before. And then suddenly the other day I heard on one of her videos that she can't even get it anymore. And so she's rationing hers too. And I was like, well, I guess I'll keep buying this Fabri-Tac, because I had purchased some Fabri-Tac at a store that was closing here in Idaho Falls. We have AC Moore's, and they have all closed. And so I was at AC Moore and I saw them, and they were really like 60 or 70% off, and so I bought some of the Fabri-Tac there, but I hadn't used it yet because I was quite pleased with my tacky glue, and my tacky glue was inexpensive, you know. So when I did the math per ounce, it was like it was a 4-ounce bottle that I was buying at the Dollar Tree, and per ounce I was paying like 25 cents per ounce on that tacky glue I was buying at the Dollar Tree, and so I was okay with that. I was fine with that. However, I did have some issues on a couple of book covers that I glued down with the tacky glue, and others that I did with the Mod Podge. And the thing is, the water in those glues would warp my paper. And so I was looking for an alternative, and that's why Melody suggested. And I want to tell you the name of her glue, and she's always mentioning it, and I can't remember the name of it. But if you check out any of her videos that she glues anything down on, that's the glue she uses. And then I really liked it. I did try the Fabri-Tac after I tried the glue Melody sent me, and it's a little similar. Both of them are, I think, silicone based. The only thing I'll say for the silicone based glues is that, and I know I've said it before and I'll keep saying it, I don't like how it squishes out and it stays shiny and it looks slimy, boogery kind of situation when it squishes out. Which is why you need that rubber eraser, because that takes care of that glue that comes out. Now, I'll tell you also another trick with that. If you wait for your glue to dry all the way, and then you want to use the rubber thing to remove the excess glue, it doesn't work. So you've got to do it while the glue is still kind of, you know, wet. I've tried using a wet baby wipe like I do with the tacky glue or with the Elmer's glue, you know, and those water-based glues, like I think PVA is also water-based. And I'm not sure about PVA. I only just got a bottle of PVA a little while ago, and I really have only used it like once or twice. And so if you try to use a damp baby wipe to clean this stuff up, it does not work. It doesn't do a thing for it. So you have to use the rubber eraser. Okay. So I'm going to trim this washi tape right here on the corners. It just looks nice and neat. So what you are going to do from this point on is, well, I glued those upside down, but it doesn't matter because it's just paper. You are going to go ahead and we're going to cut these in half so that we have pockets that are 2 inches. And we're going to do that first because we're going to use one of these to make another pocket. So let me just grab my ruler again. Not the same ruler. I don't know where I dropped the other one. I have such a messy desk, you guys. Things get lost that quickly. Okay, so I'm going to make a line on here. You can use the score tool, like I said. Like I could actually just use this pretend bone folder and score it really well, and then I can cut on that score line. Because you obviously don't want pencil marks on your project. So we're going to go ahead and cut on that score mark. If you do not have a bone folder, like that one came with my envelope, not envelope, with my box punch board, you can go ahead and you can use the back of your scissors. I'm going to separate these two here. So between 8 and 9, I'm going to cut also. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and stop at this point with this one. I have another one that I have here that I've already done a lot of things to. So I'm going to bring this one out and show you things. Let me move this out of the way. Okay. So you're going to take this extra piece and you're going to cut it in half, and you're going to use it here to add a pocket. And you're going to do the same type of seam that you did on this side with the washi tape along here. You're going to take the number 7 piece that we cut out, that was a 4x4 square, and you're going to glue it up here and do the same type of binding with the same type of glue with the washi tape to keep that in place. And then we're going to go through and we're going to fold these flaps. So you're going to take number 8 and fold it up to number 5. You're going to take number 6 and fold it back to number 9. Take number 9 and fold it behind number 6. You're going to take this piece that was one of the little leftover pieces from 8 and 9, and you're going to fold it up onto number 1, and you're going to take number 3 and fold it down. And you're going to take number 7, which is attached to number 2, and fold it to the back. If you have a edger that can do like this, that can do the scalloped edge, this is a good time to go ahead and use it. It will give you a really nice, pretty finish on there. You know, it'll do this edge. If you don't have one, that's fine. Just cut an inch off the bottom of this so that you still have a little peekaboo situation, and then trim it with some washi tape. So I'm going to go ahead and cut here. I have it already marked. So I'm going to cut this one down. Okay. And the other thing that we're going to do is we're going to take these sides and we're going to go in 1/8 of an inch, and we're going to just cut down towards the center, ending at nothing. So you're going to start on this edge at 1/8 of an inch, and you're going to cut down until you're at nothing. And the reason we're going to do this to all of the flaps and the pockets is so that when we go to fold these, it will fold easily. So if you can see here, it's already folded, cut that way. And now this one is also cut that way. So now we can go in and you can use your score board with a ruler. So let me whip out my ruler again. And I'm going to go here. And I'm going to use my scoring tool, which I've lost that quickly. Y'all, this is crazy. So I'm actually going to use this pencil, but with the lead tucked in to score here. Just because I want a thinner score line. Oh, I guess that still wrote on there. Oh no, it was written before. Never mind, never mind. I'm not crazy, just slightly. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and score these joints that are not the joints that we made with the washi tape. So we need to score in between 4 and 5, in between 5 and 6, and in between 2 and 1. I'm going to score here as well. Oh, it moved. Okay. Oh, not again. Okay, let's open this one up too. There we go. That might make it easier. Okay. We're going to score here as well. Okay, so with those score lines done, we're going to take number 4 is the front of our journal. So we're going to fold that one in, and we're going to make sure it's nicely lined up, and then we're going to take our bone folder, which like I said, I lost like 2 seconds ago. No, here it is on the floor. Lord have mercy. Okay, we're going to go ahead and make sure that that is neatly pressed and folded down, and that it's lined up down here. Then we're going to take this one and we're going to fold it back. And we're going to do the same thing. We want to make sure this is neatly folded. And then we're going to use our bone folder to press that out. If you didn't do the beveled edges in the cut, this will be harder for you. Just be aware of that. I'm going to fold that one down, and then we're going to fold this one. And same thing, we want to make sure this is really neatly lined up, as neatly as we can get it. And then we're going to use our score tool again. Okay. So we have 4, 5, which is the flap, 5, which is the pocket, 6, which has the flip up, 1 that has the pocket. Let's make sure that went in all the way. Okay, there we go. 2 that has the flip down. Okay. And something went wrong here in the fold. Did I not cut the edge on here? I thought I did. Maybe I scored this wrong. Let's try that again. Hold on. Fold and hold. And you can beat this into submission even if it doesn't want to go your way. I'm telling you. Massage it a little here. Okay, didn't come out perfect, but it's close enough. Okay, so this is the front. This is the pocket. We're just going to add some double-sided sticky tape or some glue down here to glue it down. The flip up, which we cut 1 inch off of, so it gives you that peekaboo option. Another pocket here. This is the back. Then you open here and you have a flip up, which we're supposed to cut here on that line as well. Let's do that right now. Oh, these are the little scissors I said were a pain. These are spendy scissors from We're Memory Keepers, I believe, and they are horrible. Do not buy these. They're hard to use. Okay, another flip down, an area where you can add some paper for journaling, and another pocket. Okay, so now the back where I did the belly band with the threaded ribbon. All I did is I took this piece that was left over of 2.5 inches, and I used the punch to create that that scalloped edge. My hands are feeling their arthritis today, y'all. It is not a fun time. And I always miss one for some reason. There we go. Okay. So I cut that scallop on both sides. I need to make sure that I line it up the same way so that both sides end up looking the same. And we're going to go here instead. Okay, there we go. So I did this to it, and then I just grabbed my regular old hole puncher that has nothing exciting to it. And I went ahead and I did some holes. So I did the first hole right there. And I did the second one. I want to do it from the same side, just in case. Right there. And then here. 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 And there we go. And so then I threaded my ribbon through this. That's all I did. And then when I went to glue it down here, all I did was I glued the ribbon down to the paper, to this, on either one of the sides. You could even do it on the spaces that don't have the holes, just a little dab of glue to hold that ribbon in place. And then I glued the back of the paper on either edge. That's it. and voila, it was done. And it looks like this. I really recommend, if you have double-sided scrapbook paper, use it. I've stopped buying one-sided paper pads, and I'm only buying paper pads that are double-sided. Even if I have to buy the single sheet, I think it's more useful in your junk journals than the one-sided. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm dying to see how you guys decorate these. Every single time that we do a tutorial and you guys take a crack at it and personalize it and make it your own, we're blown away by how beautiful your work is. So I encourage you to make and to share your pictures so that we can all enjoy and get some new ideas from each other. I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. Bye.